My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. This is the only channel dedicated to UFC fight picks and DraftKings lineups run by MMA insiders and professional fighters. Every week, I join Dan Kramer and Nick Newell, two longtime professional fighters that have fought at the highest levels on the planet, as well as Jacob Lyons, a skinny kid from Indiana. So join us every single week for our full fight card breakdowns, our individual fight card breakdowns, our betting guide, and our DraftKings lineups. Next up.
Oh, great graphics. Look at those. Great work there.
I told you, I texted you that the graphics this week are rough because it's a lot of these, a lot of drops.
Michael go, man.
A lot of Ultimate Fighter people that don't have like
he
real
might drop
pictures
a
yet
for like defamation after that image. I don't know.
I mean, this is a rough image. This is a dude. Not only is this a rough graphic that I put together, it took me a good 40 minutes to do the Micheal Gillmore graphic. Like literally 40 minutes to remove the background, and then I tried to touch it up, and you can still see like the referee's hand. It's
that cauliflower ear? What's going on with that?
I don't know actually why it looks like that, because I really tried to edit that out and couldn't.
I didn't see that in my research.
It's rough. Anyway, next up at UFC Vegas 35, we have Andre Petroski versus Micheal, even though it's spelled backwards. I spelled it correctly on the screen, but it's actually Micheal Gillmore.
Wow.
You're right. These tough matchups are interesting, tough as in the Ultimate Fighter, because we've seen a lot of these people fight each other or fight other people on the card, and there's a lot of overlap here. So Petroski's a very good wrestler with great takedowns. His stand-up is just okay, but his wrestling is so dominant that it doesn't always matter what his stand-up looks like. Andre should win here, honestly. He should be able to use his wrestling to get it done, but we did see him lose to Brian Battle, who is fighting on the card later, because he did not set up his takedowns well enough. His takedowns were sort of obvious and spotted from a mile away, or not very effective. And that could be a problem here as well, because Micheal Gillmore, he is taking this on short notice, but he's 100% all in on his fighting career. He's the better striker in this fight for sure. He has solid leg kicks, solid power. I mean, Petroski should win. Wrestle, and you'll win. Wrestle, and you'll win. That simple. But if he doesn't set up his takedowns like he didn't in the other fights, then, you know, Gillmore may catch him. Gilmore's got power. Gilmore's got good stand-up. And Gillmore could be a problem here. So this is interesting. This is a lot of these tough fights are interesting. I have to side with the wrestler. I think the odds are wide. I don't think he should be a 3-1 favorite, Petroski. I know it's short notice. I know he has really good wrestling, but still, I mean, he's got 6 fights. We're not talking about a dude with a long established career. He's coming off a loss. So either way, Petroski's the pick. The path to victory is very clear, but we've seen him muddle that path in the past. What do you think?
It feels very weird because, like, my notes, it's like you were reading off my notes, honestly. I mean, I agree 100% that Andre should literally probably dominate this fight, but I have literally written in my notes, be the boring guy. Listen, just shoot takedowns. You don't have to be the flashy guy. Grind out, get the win, get the submission, go on and fight another day, because when this dude starts throwing, Andre, he throws the most telegraphed, looping shots, but you can tell he loves throwing them because he has power if he lands it, but they're just such telegraphed shots. And Micheal, when he comes forward, he throws bombs, man. And if he lands one of those shots, if Andre just messes around for one exchange and Micheal just comes charging forward and lands a shot, he's going to find himself some real trouble. Because I think Michael's, honestly, I think his wrestling is underrated. He's got takedowns of his own. I think he's got decent takedown defense. So if Andre starts getting frustrated, if he can't get those takedowns as easy as he'd like and wants to exchange, he could find himself in some real trouble against Micheal, because he is no slouch. So he should win this fight. But he just got to be boring, man. He just got to shoot those takedowns. You nailed it exactly right. Just shoot the takedowns, get it to the ground, get your submission win, and move on to the next one where you have more training camp to improve your striking. Just pile up your wins, man. Just be boring. So I stayed away from this because I think Micheal, like as you alluded to, is a lot more live than the 240 says. But Andre should win this fight.
Well, I already have a bet on this fight. I did the over on rounds. The round line is at 1.5. I think this absolutely goes past 1.5. I mean, I think Petroski wins. He should win with his wrestling if that's the path he chooses to go. But let's keep in mind, these are pretty inexperienced guys. I mean, 5-1, 6-3. Neither one of them have 10 fights in their entire pro career. I just, I do not see this being an absolute blowout. The odds makers do. Or if it is a blowout, it'll be a one-sided wrestling match. So I think this goes over 1.5 rounds. I already put money on that. WeOnPicks.com/bets. I hit that line. I did the over. The line is set at 1.5. I love doing overs on 1.5. I went 1-1 with that last week because William Knight had all the power. We thought he would, but I thought it would last a little longer. What the hell are you doing?
Sorry, it's like my camera's like blue.
Okay, well, I mean, it's probably reacting to all the blood from earlier. Either way, Petroski is both of our pick. I bet the over on rounds. WeOnPicks.com/bets. What's your monkey knife fight play? More?
All these are these are like
the lines are getting better and better. And
they're getting better too.
You're watching, it's annoying.
Yeah, especially
be worse.
Yeah, Chris.
Be worse.
Come on, man. If you could just like 100 on this, we'd all feel better about that. Because it is so tough. Because Andre could easily just take him down, submit him easy. Michael could land a shot easy. Neither one of these guys are like real crisp strikers. So I mean, less might be the play. But usually, when you get two guys that aren't like the best strikers,
it's a sloppy mess.
Slug it out. So it's such a tough play. So
it's probably more. I mean, 31 is a very low number. It's probably more.
I'd like the more for him. It just Andre, if he just takedown. If he just grinding takedowns, that 51 is gonna be tough to hit.
Well, maybe he'll pepper on top. So. This is hard. Chris, I'll probably do a monkey knife fight breakdown with Chris tomorrow. If you haven't seen any of that stuff, Chris sets the lines. He's the guy. He makes up these numbers. He does the math. He comes up with them. I've been doing on Wednesdays videos with him where he walks through a few of his lines, how he got there and what he thinks about it. And then I give my pick. So we'll ask him about, hey, Chris, how did you get so freaking good at this?
Chris,
because these lines are hard as hell this week. Especially,
look, there he is.
Yeah, I see him in the chat now. Especially, this is a week where I was hoping that he'd be way off because, there's some tough guys on here. There's no real stats. But these lines are tough, man. I don't know what I'm going to do here. More is probably the play, but this is a tough line for sure.